Hello, Hofstra fans. Welcome back to the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. PJ Potter here for the first time alongside the assistant coach of the Hofstra baseball team, Tyler Kavanaugh. Coach, thanks very much for your time. How's everything going?
Pleasure to be here. Things are going really well.
Hofstra baseball dropped 2 out of 3 this weekend down at James Madison, officially getting eliminated from playoff contention. Just your overall thoughts this weekend in the series.
Well, certainly it was tough getting mathematically eliminated. I know the guys have been working hard and overcoming some early season struggles, swinging the bats really well. Pitching staff has stabilized as of late. So I think it was tough to kind of get dealt that blow that mathematically you're out of it. But to their credit, it certainly did not affect the energy, how hard they worked, and really how they competed throughout the series. It was encouraging to see that moving forward. Beyond the standings, that they were playing hard for each other, they were playing hard for the program. So certainly an encouraging aspect of it.
Big weekend from Teddy Sills on both sides of the ball. Struck out 14 batters on the hill. Also picked up 7 hits, including 2 home runs at the plate. Just what's your overall assessment of Sills on the year? How big was he for the Pride?
He's just, when you talk about guys that are competitors, he's just an incredible competitor. Beyond the talent, obviously, the arm on the mound. He's 88-90 with a plus breaking ball. He's the type of guy you come down and watch him hit BP as you have that. He can really put on a display. He's a supremely talented young man, but how much he gives you, mind, body, and soul on the field is really impressive. He's someone that's going to empty the tank every single time out. It's, I think the guys see it, the guys appreciate it, and I think it's great for the younger guys to see that on both sides of the ball, hitters and pitchers.
Another player that delivered for Hofstra this weekend, sophomore Tommy Archer, collected 8 hits, including that 5-hit performance in the Sunday game to win 10-8 over James Madison. Now he's at a .273 batting average on the year. How has he grown since the beginning of the season, considering he was under 200 for a good portion of the year?
Yeah, Tommy's been outstanding as of late, and the one thing that has never changed with Tom Archer is the work he puts in, not only in practice, but extra reps before and extra reps after, and how competitive he is as an individual as well. And I think it was more byproduct of some injuries and having some stability in getting the lineup every single day and not feeling like he had to really make an impression if he was maybe not playing on a regular basis. Since he's been in the lineup every day, he's really been just a consistent hitter, consistent defender. He's been doing great. I mean, the job he's done on the bases has been impressive. He's aggressive. He picks up the extra base. He wants to run every time he gets on. It's been great to see the hard work that he's put in materialize statistically for him. He deserves it for sure.
Onto the defensive side, a lot of strikeouts from Hofstra pitching this weekend. Really, as we've seen all year, how do you think Coach Appian has gotten his pitching staff to become so dominant as the year's gone on?
Well, I think obviously I'm biased, but Habes is one of the best in the business. I mean, he is a tremendous resource for those guys. You talk about somebody that brings it every day. So certainly the big league pedigree is great, but the humility in which he does it. I mean, he comes in, he's got the yeoman type approach. You're going to put your work in. You're not going to let the umpire, you're not going to let the crowd affect you. We may be a perceived underdog, or we might be some perception of being slighted by umpires when we're down south, and he just will not let them give into that. So I think the mental side of things, those guys go out there with some confidence that they can beat anybody, man on man.
Final series of the entire season this weekend at home, 3-game set against William & Mary. What's your mentality heading into the weekend, as well as what's the team's mentality?
I think the mentality's got to be, play to win every game. Compete at a high level. I think we owe it to our seniors that have put in, so much sweat equity over the last 4 or 5 years in some cases. We owe it to them to finish their careers in the season on a high note, and then for the young guys. We've had a lot of young guys that have had a tremendous opportunity to get on the field this year. Good times and bad. Some guys have had some struggles, and some guys have had some really great moments. And I think for them, we want to end the year on a high note for sure. Senior day, home last weekend, be able to end the season on a high note and compete at a high level, I think is really, really important for us.
Your second season with the Pride is coming to a close. What would you say was your biggest memory of 2017?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think this past last weekend against Elon, I think that was a great a great moment for the team. For a young guy, Vinny Costello, who was struggling a little bit. We were down at Elon last year, and towards the end of the year, and things were at its toughest for us. I think getting swept down there, and for them to come up here and us to win the series, I think that was a really good feeling. Coming on the heels of a pitch away from winning the Northeastern series, and then kind of going into the JMU and coming up short in extra innings in that middle game. You're looking at three weekends in a row where we've played top-notch competition and come really close to winning those series. I think it just speaks to just trying to keep moving it forward, move the dial forward, and the progress that we're trying to achieve here.
Now going into next season, what's some things that you want to see carry over from this year going into next year to see some success for Hofstra baseball?
Well, I think that the young guys being a little bit more comfortable in their own skin. It's a daunting task to be 17, 18 years old and playing every day at the Division I level. And when you look at Sunday's game, we had 5 freshmen in the lineup, against a really good JMU team. So I think going into the summer and guys taking care of themselves in the weight room and getting good reps in summer ball. I think when they come back as sophomores and juniors, and then the juniors or seniors, I think just a little bit more comfortability, with their role and what they have to do. I think staying healthy next year will be paramount for us. We've been beat up a little bit this past couple weeks and mix and match in different lineups. But I think just sticking to the process every day and just trying to get better. And the one thing I have to say about these guys is, regardless of our record at any given point or the score of any one game, these guys compete every day. I look at that Sunday game, which was incredible to me that we really couldn't get going offensively. The game 1, they had the lefty threw a tremendous game. Game 2, their James bullpen was outstanding. Off-speed pitches, they pounded the zone with a 2 or 3 pitch mix. Sunday we came out and the vibe from the second we got there from BP was we're going to win today. I think that's a good thing with some young guys sometimes. Young guys are energetic and they're not going to get down too long. So certainly building on the youth and the maturity and getting a little bit more comfortable.
He's the assistant coach of the Hofstra baseball team, Tyler Kavanaugh. Coach, thank you very much for your time. Best of luck this weekend.
Thanks so much, PJ.